You might have thought he would stay quiet. He's doing exactly the opposite. Amazing what he said today.
Exactly the opposite. A live chat today at the Guardian website from Edward Snowden. Again, one of the most controversial people in the world today. Responded to a variety of questions about his disclosures of U.S. Government secrets on these surveillance programs. Asked more about his motivations. Here are some highlights. He was asked about being called a traitor by, among others, Dick Cheney. And here was his response, part of his response. This is a man who gave us the warrantless wiretapping scheme as a kind of atrocity warm-up on the way to deceitfully engineering a conflict that has killed over 4,400 and maimed nearly 32,000 Americans, as well as leaving over 100,000 Iraqis dead. Being called a traitor by Dick Cheney is the highest honor you can give an American. Again, Edward Snowden, at least someone claiming to be Edward Snowden, responding on the Guardian website. Another highlight here on China, whether he plans to provide classified information to the Chinese in exchange for asylum. He responds to that question as well during the course of this live chat, and he says in that response, this is a predictable smear that I anticipated before going public, as the U.S. media has a knee-jerk red China reaction to anything involving HK, Hong Kong, or the People's Republic of China, and it is intended to distract from the issue of U.S. government misconduct. Ask yourself, if I were a Chinese spy, why wouldn't I have flown directly into Beijing? I could be living in a palace petting a phoenix by now. He says unequivocally he's had no contact with the Chinese government. And Snowden also weighing in on the technology companies who say they're not giving unfettered access to the federal government, to their servers. They're actively, of course, trying to distance themselves from the government. He says, again, as somewhat of a shot against these companies, their denials went through several revisions as it becomes more and more clear they were misleading and included identical specific language across companies. We're finally beginning to see more transparency, better details about these programs for the first time since their inception. They are legally compelled to comply and maintain their silence in regard to specifics of the program, but that does not comply them from ethical obligations. So some of the highlights from Edward Snowden's nearly 2-hour response to the public during the course of that live chat on the Guardian website.